Welcome to the very first Spotlight review to actually showcase the new Spawn Revival Collection, or whatever it's being called by Todd McFarlane here. So, it's basically a universe of Spawn figures. They should just called it Spawn Universe or something. Anyhow, we're going to take a look at Gunslinger Spawn here, even though I do have the Kickstarter Spawn that really started this thing off, or should I say kick it into high gear. Ha! Yeah, I didn't review that figure, and I'm not going to take the time to do it now. It's kind of too late. Anyway, we're going to remove Gunslinger Spawn for a moment, so we take a look at this packaging here, which is pretty awesome in its own right. I got Gunslinger Spawn right here. Spawn from the record-breaking comic, which you're going to have to be more specific. I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about the series or a certain issue that this character was in? Anyway, we got ages 14 plus right here. Not a toy. Not a toy. Are you sure about that? Because you are McFarlane Toys, Todd. You got some explaining to do. On this side, we got some artwork of Gunslinger Spawn walking through the desert with his shotgun. Yay. And on this side, we got a look at the figure and a nice profile image. Right up here, we got Spawn. To the back of the packaging, nothing specific. No bio on the character. Excuse me. 22 points of articulation for Gunslinger Spawn, which he's posed as if he's getting ready to have like a showdown. Yeah, so getting these figures to stand up can be a little bit of a challenge depending on the weight, the material, basically everything that this figure has to offer. You'd think all the weight would actually be in the back of the figure, but for some reason he keeps falling over on me, which is why I'm afraid to put him on my display stand at the moment with the other McFarlane Toys stuff, such as Mortal Kombat 11. Anyhow, it's pretty cool. It's beautiful looking. It's a work of art, especially that face. I mean, just, jeez. It's probably better than the Kickstarter Spawn figure, and wow, look at the range of articulation for the head alone. That's sick. The 10-gallon hat is not removable, just to let you guys know. Don't try and force this off. You could probably break it. Got some nice skulls that goes around the band, pretty cool. He's got his pistol here. He does come with two. I got this one in the holster here with his ammo belt, which is nice. And then of course here's his shotgun, which we can take out of the sheath in the back, and there you go. This is made out of a gummy material as well, but it's kind of thick here in the back, and the stock feels like a different material. How is that even possible? It's all rubber here, and then it gets to that hard plastic, which I'm scared because, you know, when it comes to hard plastic material like weapons for McFarlane Toys figures, if anything like in the past, they have a tendency to snap very easily. But still, pretty cool. Especially the details on this. Amazing. The coat itself, it's got all these nice wrinkle patterns to it. We've got these armbands, which is cool. One side's got skulls. The other side's just got the spikes, which are very pointy, which is why it's not a toy for children. Be careful. And then you got your Forearm Guards here. It's got that nice spikes on both sides here. He's got some cool gloves. He's got, you know, all this stuff. I mean, it's just so much that I really can't explain, and I don't want to make this a long video, but I mean, look at all these spikes on the guy. Just incredible. And then, of course, we got the Cowboy Boots, the spikes in the back here, which do not roll. Be cool if they did, but for something this small, I wasn't expecting it. Anyhow, no detail on the bottom of his shoes, but boy, oh boy. This does not disappoint. This is really nice. And what's really cool about it, oh geez, I didn't even look at the camera. My apologies. I hope you got to see all that, because I'm not doing a retake. Is that the range of articulation on this guy is super sick. Just sick. And that's just one joint. Just one. And then we got the shoulder pin disc. We've got butterfly joints, which does get some really cool range as well. Get that rotation. You got your bicep swivel cut, double jointed elbows, which are kind of tight on the figure only because I haven't messed around with them just yet. Rotation at the wrist. We got a hinge joint, I think. And I'm not sure actually. Well, it feels like it does move in and out. It's possible it's a ball joint. And then we got ball jointed upper torso, which is restricted, but that's because, again, I haven't really messed with this guy, but I'm sure you get a lot of flexing out of it. And then you got a ball joint at the waist section, which works really good. Other toy companies should follow in on this rather than the swivel. And then we got ball joints, I think. Nope. Pin this at the hips. My apologies. So you get that much kicking forward, which is, yeah, it's okay. And you get this much going back, which feels a lot better. You get this much for a split, which you can get the full JCVD, which is impressive. And we got the thigh swivel cut, don't we? Or is it because it's in there, in the hip? Yeah. Only McFarlane knows how to pull that one off. I'm not seeing any cut here for a proper thigh swivel, but whatever. And we get double jointed knees. Again, tight. We get rotation, I think, at the boot section. No, we do not. No. It looks like it, but it's not. It's just detail. Lovely detail. We get the swivel at the boot section, and we get the hinge joint for up and down movement, which you can see right there. And then you get a little bit of some rocker movement here, which is working a lot better for McFarlane with this new design here. It's not the same. You actually do have a swivel up here and a swivel at the foot. So it's almost there with Marvel Legends. It's really getting there. It's a lot better than what they were using earlier. Again, to stand up here. Again, the challenge is getting these figures displayed. But yeah. Lovely. Beautiful. Nice silver, got nice weathering effect as well, especially with the handle bit. Great stuff here, Todd. Really good. So I'm very impressed with Gunslinger Spawn. To kick this off, this review series of all these new McFarlane Toys Spawn figures, which I will be collecting because I just love Spawn. The entire wave 1 is coming, but they've been broken up in groups because I wasn't able to pre-order them all in one go. They sold out very quick, but when they came back, that's when I jumped on the rest. So they'll come in their own time, but you'll just have to be patient. But when they do, well, you'll know because they'll actually pop up on this channel. Anyhow, let's do some size comparisons to wrap this up. Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn, who has a tendency to fall over as well. That's the problem with McFarlane Toys figures. Every single figure seems to be top heavy to the point where they don't want to fall back or they want to fall forward. Not even the stand here is actually holding them in place, but there you go. There's the difference between them. Here's a putty, a Z putty from the Lightning Collection by Hasbro. So you can tell the scale is way off. And just because, here's Skeletor from Masterverse. And He-Man. There you go. I don't know why, somebody randomly is just going to say, hey, why don't you show off this and that with this guy? Well, there you go. There's your this and that. And that's going to wrap up this video. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know I totally recommend it. It's a really cool figure. One of the nice, lovely detailed Spawn figures to come out of the comic book series from the record-breaking comic. Still, I want to know if they're talking about a certain issue or if it's the entire series as a whole. I don't know. I don't know much about Gunslinger Spawn. It's just another Spawn to add to my collection, which is cool, but I'm still waiting on Medieval Spawn, which is my all-time favorite. What's really got me into Spawn to begin with. Not reading the comic books, just medieval stuff. Medieval Spawn looks so freaking awesome, so I jumped in and, you know, I have never looked back since, and I'm so glad to be collecting Spawn figures again because it's been a very, very long time. I think the last one I had was one of those, what was it called? Dark Age Spawn figures, maybe Skull Splitter or something, but anyhow, that's neither here or there. That's for a topic for another time, perhaps, with more Spawn figures on the way very shortly. So if you enjoyed this Spotlight review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. That's your choice. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that bell notification icon and subscribe to this channel to stay updated when I upload videos on this channel. It can be any time now. You'll just never know unless you hit it. And until then, this is your unprofessional toy reviewer, Rez Power, signing off by saying fare thee well, so long, goodbye, and get out. And I will see you whenever you see me.